Hey, good morning. It's Uncle Lou here. Yep, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou, live for you on YouTube today. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. So, Chip Kelly to Florida and Jon Gruden to Tennessee, you know, that's all anybody wants to talk about now, at least the Vols and the Gators anyway. We're getting Jon Gruden. We're getting Chip Kelly. We're getting Jon Gruden, Chip Kelly. Whee! Listen, I'm going to do a video on this instead of doing an SEC video this week. The SEC games are mostly crap this week. Kentucky at UGA. UGA favored by 21.5. UGA's winning and covering. I mean, you already know. Mississippi State at Arkansas. Mississippi State favored by 11.5. Mississippi State's winning and covering. Texas A&M at Ole Miss. Ole Miss favored by 2.5. Ole Miss is winning and covering. LSU at Tennessee. LSU minus 15.5. Not sure about that one. Probably wouldn't bet it. Take Tennessee in the 15.5 though. Mizzou at Vandy. Mizzou favored by 8.5. Mizzou's on a roll offensively. They covered the 8.5. That's it. The rest of the games, Auburn and Alabama play high school teams. Wofford and South Carolina, Florida and UAB. No point talking about it. Let's start with Chip Kelly, though, because this looks like something that actually might happen, as opposed to these Gruden-gasms that the Voltards are having. But, yeah. So Chip Kelly to Florida. Well, that's great news for everybody else in the SEC East. What am I missing here about Chip Kelly? Let's see. 6 or 7 years ago, he goes to Oregon, invents this high-tempo, spread, zone, read, whatever the crap offense that he's running up there in Oregon, running a play every 11 seconds, running, 90, 95 plays a game. It was new. No one had seen it. No one was prepared for it. He was playing against garbage teams in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 was absolutely abysmal the entire time Chip Kelly was there. Southern Cal was neck deep in probation from the Reggie Bush, Pete Carroll era. They were totally irrelevant during Chip Kelly's time at Oregon. He beat up on a bunch of nobodies in the Pac-12, scoring 50 and 60 points a game in the regular season. What happened anytime he played a legitimate SEC team? Well, it happened twice. He played LSU and he played Auburn. Both games, he lost and barely scored 20 points. Now, it's 2017. Half the teams in America run that hurry-up offense now. It's not a surprise anymore. It's not sneaking up on anybody anymore, okay? And SEC defenses are not Pac-12 defenses from 6, 7 years ago, okay? That crap that Chip Kelly was running was a lot like the option in the 70s and 80s. You took your fastest players, you put them on offense, and you told them to go. And 9 times out of 10, they outran the defense. Well, why did the option die off? Because defenses became as fast or faster than offenses. That's why. That's the reason. But that's it. There is no other reason. The same thing with Chip Kelly's gimmick offense. Now, a lot of teams run it now, and depending on the players and the personnel that you have, you can have some success with it. But you're not surprising anybody, okay? That's why Chip Kelly was winning 10 and 11 games a year at Oregon while he was there. That's it. It was a surprise. No one knew what they were doing. No one had seen anything like that before. Like I said, half the teams are running it now. Defenses are built to stop it now. It's not going to work in the SEC. It's just not. I mean, it's that simple. It's really that simple. Chip Kelly's offensive line at Oregon averaged about 270 pounds a man. Why? Because the kids who, the 310, your 320, your 330 kids, they can't run that many plays. They're never in a hurry at that size. So his offensive line was always woefully undersized. And you saw what happened when he went up against elite defensive lines like LSU and Auburn. Couldn't score 20 points. Same thing will happen at Florida. It just will. Can he have some success at Florida with that type of offense? Yeah, he can have some success there. Just like a lot of teams have success with the spread up-tempo offense now. Is he gonna come in and dominate and win 9, 10, 11 games a year and go 15-0 from now until 2025 because he's running some kind of circus offense that no one has ever seen and it's a surprise and everybody feels snuck up on? No! 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 The only thing I can guarantee you that Florida's going to get out of this Chip Kelly hire is an NCAA investigation. Hey, Florida, 2022 is calling. You're on probation. Now, Jon Gruden, Tennessee fans, y'all, I love y'all to death. I swear I do. I love y'all. You are setting yourselves up for such disappointment. I mean, Jon Gruden, first of all, I'm of the opinion Jon Gruden is not coming to Tennessee. That's A, okay? Number two, like Chip Kelly, I hope he does go to Tennessee. I hope he does. I hope y'all get him. I hope y'all do get a coach who hasn't coached anywhere in almost a decade, has hardly any college experience at all, and zero head coach experience. This guy's been sitting in a booth for years calling Monday Night Football games. He makes $10 million a year at ESPN to work 17 days a year on Monday Night Football. He's going to give all that up to go to Rocky Flop for $6 or $7 million a year where he has to work 365 days a year. Jon Gruden is not spending all of his off time sitting in some parent's living room begging his 17-year-old kid to come to Rocky Flop. That ain't happening. Now here Tennessee fans say, well, he doesn't have to. He's going to hire an elite staff and they're going to do the recruiting. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. But you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Now I already know, no matter who Tennessee ends up hiring for real, Tennessee fans are going to come out and they're going to say it's the greatest hire ever and they're back and it's about time we got a real coach. Problem is, we heard all that with Lane Kiffin and Butch Jones. And we saw how that has worked out, okay? You've had 3 coaches in a row that can't win the East. 3 coaches in a row that can't even win the East. Dooley, Kiffin, and Lau. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm starting to think it ain't a coaching issue. That's just what you are. You're an 8-win team. You're an 8-4 team. That is what you are. How is it the coach's fault every single time? Lord only knows, I guess. But y'all are setting yourself up for disappointment. I mean, there's other viable candidates that y'all could at least be acting happy about in terms of maybe you'll get them. Mullen, hell, that'd be an upgrade over what you have and better than Jon Gruden. Frost, an upgrade over what you have and better than Jon Gruden. PJ Fleck, an upgrade over Lau and better than Jon Gruden. Hell, T. Martin might be better than Jon Gruden. The point is, y'all aren't getting Jon Gruden as head coach, Peyton Manning as quarterback's coach, T. Martin offensive coordinator, John Madden defensive coordinator, Bill Cowher coming out of retirement to coach linebackers for you. I mean, these pipe dreams that you keep spitting out of all these people you're getting, all you're doing is setting yourself up for inevitable disappointment. That's it. That's it. And the reality for Tennessee is, it doesn't matter who you get. It doesn't matter. Listen, let's say you hire some coach, right? He comes into Tennessee. By some miracle, he wins 10 games, which you haven't done in a decade. Okay? Like I said, 3 different coaches that haven't won the East or won 10 games. But let's say you hire somebody, he comes in and goes 10-2. Well, some real school's liable to come in and swallow him up. Tennessee has become a stepping stone job. That's just the reality of the situation. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. It's a stepping stone job. Well, let me see if I can go prove myself at Tennessee, get them up around 9 or 10 wins and second in the East for 2 years in a row, and then some real school come offer me a job. That's just what it is. Chip Kelly and Jon Gruden. Well, Georgia's going to be running the SEC East for the immediate future. But have a good morning, though.